up, everyone? I'm your host, Brittany Hart, and welcome back to The 3 Show. With all 5 divisions taking the ice this weekend, we can officially say hockey is in full swing in the NA3. Before we preview the weekend ahead, let's take a look and recap last week's action. The St. Louis Junior Blues and Wisconsin Woodsmen had themselves a thrilling weekend, with both games needing extra time to decide a winner. With Friday's game going to overtime and Saturday's game going to a shootout, both teams won 1 contest apiece and were able to come away with 3 points towards the standings. The reigning Central Division champions in the West Bend Power split their series with the Rochester Grizzlies. The Power came away with a 1-0 victory on Friday night as goaltender Ben Galesman turned away 23 shots for the shutout. The Grizzlies would come away with Game 2, another nail-biter, with the final score of 2-1. As a first-year franchise, the Minnesota Moose won their first game in program history as they defeated the Wilmer Warhawks by a final score of 2-1. Goaltender Dylan Porsche made 28 out of 29 saves, earning himself second star of the week. 07 rookie forward Charlie Marchand would be the hero for the Moose, scoring the game winner early in the third period. Continuing with first-year franchises, the Minnesota Wilderness also won their first game in franchise history as they defeated the Mason City Toros in a shootout. Middletown Ice Arena saw its fair share of action in New Jersey as the Titans and Generals also split their weekend series. New Jersey goaltender Nicholas Gould stood on his head during Saturday night's game, making 65 of 66 saves as the Titans defeated the Generals 2-1. Northeast came back with vengeance on day 2 as they defeated their rivals 7-4 with 3 players scoring 2 goals apiece. Looking at the Frontier, Helena continues to dominate, sweeping their weekend games against the Butte Irish. With these pair of wins, the Bighorns lead the league in goals for with a whopping 31, while only allowing 6 goals against. With identical records of 3, 1, 0, and 0, the Great Falls Americans and Sheridan Hawks sit just behind Helena in the standings with 6 points as both teams swept their opponents over the weekend. Looking forward to this weekend, things in the South are finally underway as all 8 teams will begin their 2024-2025 season. The most notable matchup will be the repeat of the 2024 South Division Final, as the New Mexico Ice Wolves will travel to Louisiana to take on Chris Francis and the Louisiana Drillers. Both teams and coaches have been looking forward to this matchup and are excited to kick off the season against one another. First-year franchise in the Tulsa Junior Oilers will take the ice for their inaugural game as they travel to Austin, Texas to take on the Ice Bats. The 3-1-0-0 Great Falls Americans will face off against the undefeated Helena Bighorns. As the top 2 teams in the Frontier, this is for sure to be a game to tune into as the Americans hope to serve Helena their first loss of the season. As for the Central, the Wisconsin Woodsmen are in for an exciting weekend as they will host the Wausau Cyclones and West Bend Power. With the Cyclones and Power being the top 2 teams in the division last season, the Woodsmen are ready to battle against 2 tough opponents. In the West, the Minnesota Moose will host the Minnesota Wilderness on Friday night as the 2 first-year franchises hope to build an in-state rivalry. That does it for this week's episode of The 3 Show. As always, be sure to catch all of the action on NATV and head over to na3hl.com for all of your score and standing updates.